Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of polynomials, specifically how we can add and subtract them, and we will do it in 5 minutes or less. So let's first define this term. What is a polynomial? It is an expression that includes multiple things, including constants. We can include variables. We can also include exponents because sometimes they're degree 1, degree 2, or even more. And so how we add and subtract polynomials is we look for, here's our key term, like terms. So rather than starting with numbers, I'm going to start with shapes because hopefully we see we've got triangles. So we're going to combine the triangles with the triangles. And we're going to combine the circles with the circles. What we're not going to do is combine circles with triangles. And so the same thing is going to happen when we are looking at polynomials. We want to find the terms that are exactly the same. So let's assign each of these a letter. Let's say that our triangles are going to be our x's and that our circles are going to be our y's. So we have x's and y's. And you see here, if it is in white, it is positive. If it's in green, it's a negative. So once we see that we're going to combine these like terms or these like shapes, it's a little bit easier to visualize. So how many x's do I have over here on the left? Well, I've got 4 x's because each of those triangles are going to be an x. Now, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 y's, but they're negative. So I'm going to say minus 5y. And then what do I have over here? Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 x's. So I'm going to say minus 6x. And then I've got a plus 6y. So that's what we have if we were to put some variables in front of these or in place of these shapes. And you notice that it's all being connected by this minus. So if I really wanted to put it all together, this is what I would say. I would say 4x minus 5y minus, and then I'm going to have to, since that we have that minus, I need to put a parenthesis here. I've got minus 6x plus 6y. So really that minus on the outside is going to end up flipping or changing the sign there. So it's going to be 4x minus 5y. The two negatives make a positive, plus 6x, and then minus and a positive is going to make a minus 6y. So now I'm just looking for like terms. So let's bring these out here. I've got a 4x plus 6x. So that's going to be 10x, right? And then I've got a minus 5y minus 6y. Minus 5y minus 6y. So minus 5 minus 6, that's going to be a minus 11y. That is as simplified as I can make it, unless I have something that I can put in the place of the x and the y. But that is what this represents. Let's look at another example. So this is a rather extreme example, but once we know that we are simply looking for like terms, it becomes pretty simple. So I see that we've got some squareds in there. I want to deal with them first. So let's deal with this 4x squared. 4x squared, and I don't have any other x squared, so I'm not combining that with anything. Let's deal with this y squared. All right, so this y squared is also alone. There's no way to combine those. That's fine. Plus y squared. Now let's deal with our xy's. I'm noticing we've got a 3xy minus 8xy plus 7xy. Okay? So that's going to be 3xy minus 8xy plus 7xy. So really that's 3 minus 8 plus 7. If I want to switch those, I'll say 3xy plus 7xy. That gets me 10xy minus 8xy. Okay, so that's 10xy minus 8xy. That's 2xy. So I'm going to say positive 2xy. So those are taken care of. I'm going to circle those. And then we've just got some y's. End up as a positive 6y.